Hey everyone, I am here with Mike from Tiny House Chattanooga here at the North Carolina Street Festival. And this is your new tiny house on wheels, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, we appreciate it.
It's hard to call this a tiny house on wheels because it's pretty huge.
Correct. This is a tiny mansion, I guess you could say. It is a custom unit for somebody, and for what they're going to do with it, it just kept growing. So it's 39 total feet. So it's a very large one.
And the total square footage on the house?
375.
Wow. And what does something like that weigh?
Well, for us, it weighs 17,300 pounds. It's a steel framed house, not a wood frame, and so it's an easy 3,000 pounds lighter.
Really like the finish on this one as well. It looks like you've actually used some really interesting materials with this one. Like from a distance, this looked like wood siding, but it's not, is it?
Correct. It's made by Quality Edge. It has got the wood grain look to it, and it has multiple colors, you know, but it's steel, foam backed. It's super lightweight.
Goosenecks are a kind of a new thing when it comes to tiny homes, and we're starting to see goosenecks become more popular as the size of tiny houses increase, particularly here in the United States. What's actually the benefit of building a gooseneck?
It is way easier to move a gooseneck, like 200 times safer. It's the way it holds the weight in the truck bed. It never wants to sway, okay? And from there, it's a different layout function to me. It gives you the option to build a structure on top of that gooseneck that you can stand up in. And so when we go inside, you'll be able to see what I mean. It's 6'7" in the center of our gooseneck right now.
6'7"?
Yes, sir.
I gotta see this. Should we have a step inside?
Yeah, please.
All right, let's do it. Oh, check this out. I've walked into a lot of tiny houses, right? But this just has a completely different feel to it. I mean, this is so open and 40 feet in length I can see to the back there, right?
That's pretty long. Yeah.
That's really something.
It's just the shift that I'm seeing. You know, we do build the 20s and the 24s and all that stuff, but this is actually more doable at this size.
Especially if you've got a family or something. I can really see this working for larger families or even just people who are perhaps intending on having something which is portable but not something that they're wanting to necessarily move all the time.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
It also helps out with taller folks.
And beautiful kitchen. Look at this.
Yeah, it's a nice kitchen.
Really nice gallery style.
You know, it's a lot of kitchen, and so you have plenty of room to do anything you want here. I mean, you could have a party, you could cook, you could do anything. But at the same time, it's not too big. Yeah. Right? It just got all the necessary parts. You know, this is a semi-full-size stove, not quite the full size. Decent-sized fridge, microwave. It's just usable. And that's kind of the point. That's what the bigger size does. It makes it more usable.
Absolutely. You've even managed to get your washer dryer in here?
Yeah, washer-dryer combo. Washes and it dries. Tucks in nicely right there. You know, and you can actually fit nice double doors in the units like this, you know. You can do the glass where it lets in the light.
Oh, that's nice.
That way it's big enough, not too big. It's only a 4-foot double, not a 5 or a 6 to take away wall space. But you can still bring in the light, right? Because we all know the more windows the better. But to me there's a balance. Too many windows, you've lost a lot of wall space. And especially in a smaller unit, you need the wall space for something.
Especially the storage, like you can see on this side, which doesn't have as many windows, but you've managed to get all of this storage up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then coming up into the gooseneck.
Sure.
Stairs up into the bedroom area.
And on the way up, you have stairs that lift open.
Oh, look at that.
Just little cubbies here. And of course, they could be drawers or whatever you might want. Electrical panel is hiding in this little cubby right here, just somewhere to hide it. Because there's a couple things in a tiny house, electrical and water heater. Where do you put it? And so for this particular unit, there was nowhere to put the electrical. It ended up right here.
Great.
So,
really good solution. And then again, up here is really spacious.
Yeah. You're 6'4", correct?
6'4", yeah.
Yeah. So this is 6'7" for sure, finished.
You've even managed to get storage under this bed, right?
Correct. It does lift as well. We won't go too far with it because there's not a lot of weight on it right now. But you got drawers. You have full access back there.
When you actually do make the decision to boost up to a larger size like this, it just gives you so much more options.
Correct.
I mean, when you think about what you can achieve in the smaller model of tiny homes, that extra few feet can make all the difference.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, we've got all of the functionality, but it's really the ease of access that's improved, isn't it? You're not having to climb ladders to get into the sleeping loft or stairs or compromise on like crawl spaces. It's
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a bit more normal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've done many shorter ones, and we do like to do them. But we're seeing that it's the baby boomer age. They do not want 24 feet.
Yeah.
And they almost won't do it. And so you got to get that unit just big enough to make it simple for them.
Yeah.
Whether it's ease of use stairs, not too steep, right? Or no stairs at all. We do that as well. And so it has to be kind of geared towards where they're at in life versus maybe where the millennials are at in life. If they don't mind the stairs or the tight stairs, the ladders and crawling, right? And so it's offering a different option for the folks that want the other way.
And bathroom's right the way down the other end.
Yeah.
And really, really nice sized bathroom.
This is a full-size bathroom, 60-inch shower pan, or a tub option could be there as well.
Sure, it was definitely big enough for a tub there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that a seat you've got in the shower in this one?
Yeah, that one's a seat. This is a pan that you can buy with a seat for the kind of the older crowd, I guess you could say.
Composting toilet as well.
Yep.
There's no compromise in space. This is actually quite a normal sort of ensuite sized bathroom,
Exactly.
isn't it?
And if you do the layouts correctly, you can pretty much achieve this size bathroom even in a 24.
So what actually pulled you into building tiny houses?
I was in the residential world doing building and flipping houses, remodels, everything. And I saw the shows like everybody else. I was like, well, that'd be kind of fun. Different was what I was shooting for. And so we tried one, but we did it different. We went steel frame, not wood frame. And so we searched out FrameCAD. It took me 4 months to find somebody in the US. Then we found a company called Volstruct, and we kind of worked together, and now they're everywhere.
When we're building tiny houses, we're building a vehicle first
Exactly.
and a house second. It needs to be safe, it needs to be secure, and there's something about the strength and weight benefits to building with steel
Sure.
that really does make it a very strong contender.
Absolutely. Because what folks don't realize sometimes is, like you said, this is a vehicle first. It is a home, and that's fine, but it has to take the abuse of a road. So you have to start correctly. So it's trailer, make sure it's the correct one, because there's plenty that are not. And then for us, it's steel frame. That way it can take that abuse.
So obviously this tiny house is a little bit larger than the ones that we're used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
How does that affect the budget of a project like this?
The budget for this one ended up being $96,000 for what they wanted.
I think this is a really exciting project. It's really cool for me to be in this house, and being here in the United States, the tiny homes are definitely bigger, just as I expected, and it's really cool for me to be here. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much for showing me around, and I hope the
definitely
festival goes great for you.
Definitely appreciate it. Thank you.